Alright guys, so I have a theory that I'd like to talk about. This theory has been in my head for, well, I've had this theory for the last, I'd say, 18 months, probably more or so, where the premise is that basically if you breathe really like a certain pattern, oops, if you breathe in a certain pattern and you do that consistently for like 5 or 6 minutes, then you can literally get high of your own breath. Now, obviously, it says, oh, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't get high from your own breath. Trust me, it is real. So, how did this start? So I was in my like one of my native hometowns. There's like this thing. It's like bhel, but it's extremely spicy and it's like made of it's just a really cool concept. It's called litti or something, okay? And we had litti. It was the spiciest shit I've ever had. Like literally, if there's like a bowl like itna, then the dude put like 4 or 5 chilies in that, like bade wale chilies. Like, I'm not even talking about like, I don't know, but they were fucking massive. And upar se there's like this insanely spicy green chutney and like the other chutneys as well, but like, it's just like a really spicy dish. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's insane. Like that's probably the most spicy thing I've ever had. And I've had spicy things before. But yeah. So I had that, and then like everyone was like outside. They were all like eating and they were like talking and shit. I've always thought I've had a really high spice tolerance, but like that day I was losing my shit. So I went into the kitchen and I poured out a glass of milk and I was just like sipping on the milk, and I started to do this thing to like kind of numb the spice, which is like I went and I just started like breathing really heavily, like in and out, and like and like now that I think about it, it is like a very the breathing pattern is very reminiscent of like how a lot of people do it in yoga. And this was from my mouth, so you can imagine like the inflow and outflow of air is like a lot faster and there's like a lot more volume. So I did that, and I was high. It was so weird. It was like this super lightheaded feeling. It's like, I mean, I've never like been high, so I don't really know, but like from what I've heard, that is pretty much being high. And I don't intend on being high. I'm just saying, aside from if it's like a healthy practice, like for example using breathing, which sounds really fun. Like imagine like it has like 5 or 6 of you just like get in a circle like your best friends, and you're just and you're just doing this fucking yoga breathing pattern, and it's you're trying to get fucking high from that. That would be funny. But yeah, so that, and it worked and it was wild. So then I kind of forgot about it until like somewhat recently, like I'd say like a month and a half ago, when I had these instant like Korean noodles, like the insanely spicy ones, the ones I'm talking about, the ones that like fucking like blood red, like the soup thing, the water is fucking red. so so when I had those, it was yeah, like that thing happened again where like I start breathing in and out like really rapidly. Okay. And I did that for like a solid 5 or 6 minutes, and again, bam, it's like that lightheaded feeling, and I'm just kind of floating in the air, and it's so absurd, but it works. So and then recently, like a few days ago, I saw this YouTube video, and it said how to get high on DMT with your own breath, which is just like, is that even possible? How's that possible? Well, it turns out DMT is like this thing that your brain releases. You don't really need an external. I mean, obviously, it's far easier to just like take a pill or like whatever you do for DMT. I assume it's like one of those like little patches, and you just like you get high from that. But immediately it was mind blowing because I've always known that you can, and I have told people that you can get high from your breath, and they just laugh at me. You guys are probably laughing at me right now. Who knows? But I did that day, and like I was just absurd. I was just mind blown. And anyway, so my point is that you can get high from your own breath, and you don't need drugs, which are really bad for you. I'm looking at certain someone who does a lot of drugs. Well, there's a lot of you who do drugs, so, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's really bad for you. I mean, obviously it's fucking bad for you. Everyone says that, but drugs are bad. Don't do drugs, kids. And yeah, so yeah, you should try the whole like yoga breathing thing out. I imagine that like obviously it's a lot harder to just like sit down and like just do this like breathing thing out of just like out of nowhere for like 5 or 6 minutes. So I would suggest you have something insanely spicy, like fucking chop up some chilies and like just shove them down your mouth or something like that, and just sit and do that, just like with like a glass of milk or whatever, and for like 5 or 6 minutes, as long as this video actually, you just go sit and do that, and yeah, like let me know if you feel like lightheaded and like you're just like having these epiphanies or whatever. Do it and let me know. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.